Hello everyone. Today we are going to start second chapter of the geography, which name is quite long, but I have took a specific topic which is the land resources. So let's begin. This is the first lecture basically. I have divided this chapter into four lectures. So yeah, what is the chapter name? Chapter name is land, soil, water, natural vegetation and the wildlife resources. In the previous lecture and previous chapter we have discussed so many aspects of the resources. We have discussed the definitions, type and etc. So we have to we have to discuss about few resources here which are the most important for our human life. So the objective will be to discuss the land resource, soil resource, water resource, natural vegetation, and the wildlife resources. So why these are the resources? Because these are the resources because they have daily use in our life. They they decide where we can reside or go outside or etc. Out of these five resources, first three, land, soil, and water, these are the abiotic resources, and other two, abiotic means they don't have, they are the non-living things, and other two, natural vegetation and the wild resources are the abiotic resources. Basically, we have to do is in this particular video we will discuss about the land resource, why it is called resource, what are the causes which harms the this resource, and what are the basically methods to conserve the land resources. So let's begin. The first is the land resource. Do you know on the earth 70% is totally water, and 70% is water. That's why our earth is known as the blue planet, and 30% is land. 30% is the land, means earth area is 30% land. But beyond this 30% land, 70% population just live on the 30% of this 30% land. Means if this is total land, in the one third portion only we have the availability of land is this much. The availability of land, understand here, the availability of land is this much, but in the one third portion 70% population live, not all, and other in this portion the population is not so dense. So what are the causes behind it? The causes behind it, why in the some area the population is so dense and some area there is no population? The causes behind is there is so many factors like the water availability, fertility of the soil, climate, what kind of climate is found there, that places the water the rainy or the ice cold is there, or the so much the water is the barren land or the fertility land, water is available or not. So these are the so many kinds people prefer to live in those areas. Normally we can see the sparsely populated or inhabited area means where people don't want to live, or they don't love to live there. In those area where the steep slope of the mountain means people don't want to live on the mountains area, people don't want to live the desert area, they don't want to live in those area where are the higher chances of the flooding. They also don't want to live on those area where is no more availability of the water, and they don't want to live in the thickly forested area, because if they will live in the thickly forested area they can't travel along the sides, and like in Amazon jungle you can see, in the Indonesia forest you can see, people don't want to live inside those forests because there are the so many animals which can attack on you. So these are the regions, and uh, where the population much found better, people love to live in those area where land is the fertile. They can do the agriculture, availability of water is the present, they can drink water, they can grow the food crop, they can go market and etc. And what are the other? things where the mineral resources like diamond, gold, silver, aluminum, iron, means mineral rich. If an area is a mineral rich, there people want to live. Water resources I have discussed already, and these are the good uh, tro- topographical conditions where people want to live. Next topic is land uses. We have the 30% land. So this 30% land, a human being, how they use this land is known as the land uses. They use this land for the agriculture person. They can use this for this land for the forestry. They want to grow some the sagon tree, the banana trees. They want to do some cultivation like the paddy cultivation, cash crop. They want to grow. They want to do the tree plantation, coffee plantation. They want to make the buildings houses for the living purposes. They want to make the roads for the traveling purposes. They use the land for the making the industry like the cotton industry, iron steel industry, car factories, etc., etc. There's so many things the land used by the human beings. At the same time, all the land not used by the human being for their purposes. This is also affected by the two things. First is physical factors, and second is the human factor. Physical factor means anybody will try to make their industry where the mineral resources are available. Like if there is a reserve of the coal industry will be set up here. There, if if uh, if an area is the sugar can belt means there will be a sugar factory will be created. If an area is hugely grown the cottons, so there will be cotton factory or the clothes industry will be set up. If in a particular area the iron is found so much high, so there the people will prefer to make the iron steel industry. These are the known as the physical factors, you understood. And what are the human factors? Human factors means anywhere we can't make these industries, we can't make the home. We make the home where people want to make their home. They want to make their home in market side, on the side of the highway. For what? They will get the human resources, availability of the water, availability of the road transportation system. They wanna make their home near the airport, railway station, bus station, basically in the city. Okay, understood. And also industry set up where the technology exists too much high. You can say, for the example, people go from the village. People migrate from village to city for what purpose? People migrate from village to city to get the higher chance of the job. They have the set up industry in the city, so people go there, and who have the some technical knowledge or have the some skill, they will prefer for that kind of the job. So basically there will be then also industry setup, and people also used to get their job also. And if 100 workers are going there and industry is going to set up there, means that area will be thickly populated, means the land will be used so much. Okay, yeah. And again, who will the owner of the land? If land is owned by people, if a land is the owned by the individual family or the people, that land is known as the private land. And if a land is owned by the government and it is used for the public purposes, means the land of the hospital, you can see the highway, roadways, you can see the ponds, forests. These lands are basically known as for what? Common property resources they are known as. Why? If anybody can go inside the forest to collect the woods or the etc. But the private land, no one will allow to use their land for the other person, because that land is owned by them. But the common property resources used by the everyone, like if a road is owned by the government, that road used by the anybody of the anybody can use that road. Any citizen of the any country can use that. So that's why it is known as the common property resources. Understood? Again, as the population are increasing in any country in any particular of area, the the land the land is limited basically. Means this resources is limited, but if the population is raised, population will raise up, their demand will raise. Everybody wants to get their the own home, they want to set up their industry, they want to grow their business. So what will happen, this is the total land and population are growing, means this land will be, this land have the, this land had the chances to fall down. Okay, land will be degraded. And what are the causes for the degradation? Land degradation means there some places will be the soil erosion, the desertification will be, means if you are using, if you anybody using the land for the multiple purpose, the quality of land will be degraded. For example, if in particular area is an industry is set up, so where will the waste material of the industry, where they will dump, they will dump in particular area. And means if the solid waste or the industrial waste are going there, means that area will be dirty and the quality of the land will be degraded. There are so many constructs due to the construction activity, land degradation happens. And fertile lands, if we are using the chemical, farmers use the pesticides, and the pesticide they use the chemical fertilizer. This also cause for the degradation of the soil. Understood? And if area where the mineral resources, means the mining process are going up, there is also this vulnerability for the degradation. So how can we conserve our the land resources? There are so many methods we can conserve the land resource. I have discussed this. Growing population is the main cause for the land degradations. So yeah, what are the main what we can do to conserve of the land resources? We can do the afforestation, means planting more. Land reclaimer should be, there will be a regulation for the using of the chemical pesticide and the fertilizers. Means we should promote the farmers to use the they use the organic fertilizers rather than the chemical fertilizers, because the fertilizers when goes on the soil, they pollute the soil as well and water also, but organic compounds don't do that. Okay, we can we can uh, we can use the utilization of the fertilizers like this. Okay, and we can take advice decisions to make the home like then make the uh, means if we are making anywhere road, so we can do is on the both side of road we can plant the tree. If you are making a home anywhere, we can a forest, means grow plant behind the house and inside the house also. So basically this will conserve the soil and the land resources. Here is the end of video. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.